I know by the time this video comes out, it's not gonna be as hyped, but man, Mushel's opening 2. I haven't watched the anime yet. I only seen the opening, the second one. It's fucking everywhere, but it's also it's just very catchy. It's just a very catchy thing to begin with. But yeah, it's everywhere. You cannot escape it. I really want to react to the anime. Once my PC is actually arriving this Monday, so that means I can finally edit the JoJo monster video. And once my parents leave in a week, I believe, next well, around like between the 11th and 15th, they will be on, I think. And I can record more reaction videos, and I would definitely want to react to Marshall because that looks like a lot of fun. But yeah, nice congrats. Hey, welcome back. You missed the whole fruits trying to liberate themselves and not wanting to be eaten and just want to live life. Yeah, that was a good. It was a fun little read. But yeah. What? Yeah, Marshall's second opening is like everywhere, so I definitely want to react to it once I get the time and chance to do so. But now we shall read the Star Womb. Not room, womb. Which, ooh, the rating is pretty high, and looks like it's gonna be the longest read so far. But hey, that's good. We ate. We have more food here if I need it. I'm hooked up on G Fuel. A long read won't hurt us at all. All known instances of SCP-1795 inhabit extremely remote locales in interstellar space and are composed of dimensions that exceed that of the Earth. Therefore, containment of all SCP-1795 entities is impossible at present. But it's considered safe, so maybe it's not really necessary to do so. Movement of all known cases of SCP-1795 should be tracked and their creation cycles monitored for any new developments. Foundation personnel within NASA, ESA, and Deep Space Observatories have confirmed that there are no known cases of SCP-1795 within at least 20 light years of Earth, with analysis of space with a depth of 30 light years currently ongoing. Any close scientific examination, an example examination with the intent to locate exoplanets into any stars listed in document B1795 from any body other than the Foundation is to be suppressed immediately, as the stars listed all harbor a case of SCP-1795 in varying stages of creation. Any public or government examination of young protostars not yet cleared by the Foundation is to be closely monitored for any data revealing cases of SCP-1795 in the universe. Should such a case occur, Class A amnestics will be administered to all individuals involved, with all recorded data to be seized by the Foundation for analysis and expunged from the public record. It has been discovered that the population density of SCP-1795 varies throughout the galaxy. The region surrounding Earth is sparsely populated, with as little as 1 in 1 million stars harboring a case of SCP-1795 in the local 1,000 light years. Okay, I understand. In areas of high star formation, such as a globular cluster and nebula population. Is that how you say it? Nebula or nebulae? Population density can be as high as in 1 in 1,000. Estimates for the total population of SCP-1795 in our galaxy range from between 1 billion cases to a population in excess of 50 billion. Okay, let's see what this is all about. Description. Due to the great distance from Earth, direct observation is impossible with the current telescope technology. However, usage of SCP has permitted remote viewing to a relatively detailed degree, and the harnessing of the latent temporal effect of SCP has allowed the preliminary observation of instances of SCP-1795 over the course of the past 15 million years. Cases of SCP-1795 are spheroidal entities somewhat similar in appearance to that of the human heart, with 3 large nodular openings circling the upper end and a hollow interior. Although they outwardly appear to be composed of some form of biological material, detailed examination has revealed that their bodies do not correlate to any known form of biological matter and are likely to, at least partially synthetic in construction. Instances of SCP-1795 are the largest life forms known to the Foundation, often in excess of 50,000 kilometers in diameter. Okay. Imagine like a giant floating heart just in space. That must be some visual fuckery for you guys. It's unknown whether cases of SCP-1795 are sapient, although they are capable of highly complex tasks outlined below. It is unknown whether they are aware of, control, or self-regulate these actions, or if they operate on little more than animalistic instinct. They are not observed to utilize any form of technology and move at speeds barely in excess of what can be achieved with modern rocket technology. Therefore, traversing interstellar space must necessarily take millions, if not billions of years from them, depending on the target destination. Assuming they are not immortal, then their lifespan must be on similar terms. It is worth noting that throughout the Foundation's years-long study of cases of SCP-1795, no case has ever been observed to expire or be otherwise destroyed, nor has any case been observed to reproduce, self-replicate, or come into contact with another SCP-1795. Cases of SCP-1795 exhibit two key anomalous properties that are essential to their only known form of natural behavior. The first anomalous property is that cases of SCP-1795 will always seek out young protostars and attempt to move into their orbit. However, due to the fact that it takes all instances of SCP-1795 billions of years to traverse interstellar space, the SCP-1795 must have started moving in the direction of the star a million of years before it even existed. One explanation for the 7 dormant, in example currently not mobile cases of SCP-1795 is that they are simply waiting for the target star to form. The second property is far more readily observable and understood to a far greater degree. Upon arrival at a young protostar, the SCP-1795 will move into a stable orbit in the star's habitable or Goldilocks zone, where the temperatures are suitable for life as it is understood on Earth. It will then proceed to create a planet. The methods by which cases of SCP-1795 create planets are not fully understood, but fall into a clearly defined pattern of 8 stages, which are outlined below. All created planets are observed to be rocky, similar in size to that of the Earth, possess a breathable atmosphere, magnetically active core, a fully formed moon, and are always extremely conducive to life. SCP has been used extensively to locate and study such phenomena, and with the inventory of known cases of SCP-1795 approaching over 500 million instances known to the Foundation, all aspects of the creation cycle has been witnessed and studied to a great degree. How do you even keep track of 500 million cases of these SCP? How do you... Imagine counting them all. Document A1795. SCP-1795 Planetary Creation Cycle. Let's open it up. And here we go to the stages now. Which is... Wait, hold on. Let me see something. Okay, this is the spite. So, this is the... Okay, gotcha. Stage 1. The nodular openings around SCP-1795's upper end dilate and draw in stellar materials such as gaseous matter and rocky debris. All material is observed to converge into a rough orb in the center of the SCP-1795, with all rocky debris gradually compacting into a solid sphere with all gaseous matter held under its gravity, similar to natural planetary formation. When the protoplanet can hold the atmosphere under its own gravity, the openings close and the next stage begins. Stage 2. Certain areas of SCP-1795 exterior will begin radiating enormous amounts of heat. It is theorized that gases in the SCP-1795's interior such as carbon dioxide and nitrogen dioxide are being converted into oxygen and nitrogen in these regions. The protoplanet will begin showing signs of magma eruptions as the oxygen content within the SCP-1795 rises. It is unknown what criteria must be met for the next stage to begin. Stage 3. SCP-1795 will extrude a web-like substance from its interior, which will fasten at multiple points on the planet's surface. The full extent of this effect is unknown, but the planet will become magnetically active during this time. When the magnetic field is sufficient to protect the planet from the solar wind, the next stage will begin. Stage 4. SCP-1795 will contract closely around the planet, making observation of the next stage difficult. However, it has been established that this is when SCP-1795 will deposit water onto the planet. Slit-like openings will open around the equator of SCP-1795 and release white gas of a currently unknown substance. The gas will proceed to envelop the exterior of SCP-1795 and will trail behind it in its orbit, making direct observation impossible until the stage ends. At this point, the slits will close and the planet will have fully formed ocean and clearly defined land masses. Stage 5. SCP-1795 will deploy rough orbs of unknown material 2 kilometers in diameter, which will then proceed to impact the planet's surface, causing widespread devastation of the surrounding land. Earlier research teams assumed that the SCP-1795 in question was merely attempting to reshape the land, but later research has revealed that the orbs are largely intact after impacting and released swarms of various shaped constructs. Very little is currently known or understood about these entities due to the limitation of SCP magnification. However, these entities, henceforth referred to as -2, are known to be spiral-like and roughly 2 meters in length. They are not believed to be the true life form, since it appears that these constructs are wholly slave to the sapience of the SCP-1795. For once Stage 7 is complete, they will simultaneously destroy themselves. It is unknown what begins the next stage, although a population of -2 that exceeds 5 billion has been theorized by some Foundation researcher. That's quite a lot of them. Stage 6. The entities spawned by SCP-1795 will begin to work towards a commonly understood terraforming plan. In the case of -E, the behavior observed was often paradoxical and included vast amounts of activity, including, among other activities, digging mountains into rubble, the constructions of artificial islands, making 3 oceans artificially deeper, and total destruction of the planet's smallest continent by artificially detonating a supervolcano, apparently displaying little concern as to the enormous casualties this inflicted upon the population. When the various tasks are finished, all cases of the -2 will simultaneously converge upon several points upon the planet's land masses, and the next stage will begin. Okay. Stage 7. The penultimate stage has been studied to the greatest extent. Once all cases of SCP-1795-2 have converged upon the clearly defined geographical locations, they will proceed to construct artificial megastructures out of locally sourced resources. The megastructures vary in size and shape depending on resource availability and the location chosen, but fall into 3 distinct categories. City. On many coastal areas, the cases of -2 will proceed to create artificial habitation structures which bear strong similarities to Earth cities, being composed of cuboid towers surrounded by a structured road system and open areas. The buildings constructed appear to be tailored for beings of human dimensions. Pad and island areas cases of -2 will create wide rectangular flattened pads out of stone-like substance. Pads are usually 3 kilometers along each side and are connected to the nearest city by road. They are possibly intended for the landing of spacecraft. Pylon. On island areas, cases of -2 will create a tower-like structure between 1 to 2 kilometers high and with a wide base, topped by an abstract humanoid form holding a 100-meter wide transparent sphere in outstretched arms. Their purpose is unknown. Despite careful observation of the megastructures, to the Foundation's knowledge, no beings have ever arrived to inhabit or operate any constructs built by cases of -2. Despite the presence of areas clearly intended to be parks or farms in close proximity to the cities, no plant life has currently developed on planets created by SCP-1795. Can you imagine witnessing this heart-shaped thing in space creating a habitable planet and nothing lives on it? Elon Musk would go crazy for this. I must have it. We must go there. It has been theorized that the inhabitants intend to see the ecosystems themselves if or when they arrive. The arrival of the inhabitants is, however, doubted by the Foundation, as evidenced by the fact that after the SCP-1795 leaves, the structures will gradually fall into disrepair and ruin. Okay, that's ooh. Imagine witnessing all that build up, everything being constructed, just for it to like slowly but surely rot away. When the structures are completed, all cases of -2 will commit suicide by decapitating themselves. This begins Stage 8. Stage 8, SCP-1795 will now depart the world. A wide opening will appear at the bottom of SCP-1795's body, and the SCP-1795 will deploy the planet in its orbit by moving directly away from it. It will immediately begin to seek out another polestar. Despite the fact that all planets created by SCP-1795 are extremely conducive to life and harbor megastructures clearly intended to be for the inhabitation of or to be operated by intelligent beings, see document A1. Okay, I'm sorry guys, but my iTunes just jump scared me. The fact that I mentioned Elon Musk and now Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg epic rap battle of history is on, that that legitimately I was like, for a moment I thought like somebody is messing with me. I just saw the title on the corner like Elon Musk and I was like, wait a minute. Sorry, let's go on. No life has ever arisen on planets known to be constructed by case of SCP-1795, and no beings have ever been observed to inhabit or operate the structures left behind by the SCP-1795. The eventual arrival is doubted by the Foundation, since, as demonstrated by the case of the structures will gradually fall into disrepair and ruin throughout the decades following the departure of the SCP-1795 responsible for the world. The act of SCP-1795 completing a world was witnessed on the date of 22nd 3rd was observed to stretch a wide circular opening at the upper end of its body and deploy the world in its orbit by moving directly away from it. Immediately began moving towards a point in the region of propulsion. Appears to be achieved by voiding gas inside their hollow interiors, leading cases of SCP-1795 to gradually become more elongated over the course of their travels as they slowly deflate. It is unknown as to why cases of SCP-1795 create these planets or to what purpose it serves. It is unclear whether they are following a shared plan or design, or if cases of SCP-1795 are operating independently. And here we have two addendums that we can open up. We have first I-1795. So from Dr. L. Richter 205. Sir, I must once again request permission to use SCP for the purpose of engaging contact with SCP-1795-M129. Throughout my studies of the 13 cases of SCP-1795, I find it inconceivable that these beings are incapable of contact with each other. If they were not, how else would two such beings avoid traveling to the same star, or avoid returning to systems already visited by cases of SCP-1795? If they are capable of communicating with each other, surely we could do the same. I am convinced that a small amount of modification to SCP would enable it to transmit, as well as simply receive signals, making it ideal for virtually instantaneous two-way communication with any case of SCP-1795, regardless of distance from Earth. Therefore, I humbly submit a request for SCP modification clearance. Outlined in the attached document, U-1795, the knowledge we could gain from these structured creatures is likely groundbreaking, and at the very least grant a clearer insight of the behavior of these creatures. Again, I thank you for the patience and urge you to grant U-1795 full and just consideration. Regards, Dr. L. Richter. 05 to Dr. Richter. Permission denied. No attempts are made to modify or engage in contact with any case of SCP-1795 until they are better understood. Regards. What? Imagine being so interested in this SCP. You're like, oh my god, if we just like can modify this thing so we can find out more. Like, listen, this would benefit us so much. We can find out more. We can maybe even use these planets that they create for our own good, and so on and so forth. Like, you give like 2 paragraphs of like reasoning, and all you get as an answer is like K, but no. Yeah, nah. It's basically what it's basically what the O5 just said to him. Like, yeah, nah, we're not doing that. Dr. L. Richter to O5. Sir, with all due respect, I really do not think you fully understand the implications of the behavior of SCP-1795. They are machines. This much I am certain of. Biomechanical constructs, yes, but machines nevertheless. Machines imply a designer, and a designer, by extension, implies that his machines have a purpose. The purpose of cases of SCP-1795 are clear: to build worlds entirely suited to the biology of their creators, and to prepare them for their arrival. A directive they have followed for over 100 million years. But it's out of control. Throughout our studies of these worlds, no one has arrived to inhabit them. None of these masters arrived to inherit these worlds. Could it not be that these masters are dead, lost, or scattered, and that these machines are all that remain? Mindlessly creating world after world. But consider one final thing. These worlds that are created are positively Earth-like. In fact, they are perfect for human habitation. All structures on these worlds are designed for beings of human size and shape. In fact, I will go so far as to say that these worlds are designed for us. They are built for this guy's just a big nerd. He's just like, it's like, come on, it's like, they are built for us. Please consider, sir, that surely a civilization great enough to create beings such as SCP-1795 could never be totally destroyed. That there must be some survivors scattered across the more remote areas of this galaxy. The implication of these are many, but I, for one, begin to suspect that the cases of SCP-1795 are very likely to obey human orders. I have resubmitted document U-1795 for your consideration. Regards, Dr. L. Richter, and he did not get, I assume he did not get a response. I think O5, whichever number that is, free house, yeah, man, it's free real estate, bro. But I assume O5 just saw that and was like, I'm not going to give him an answer. Because clearly, no matter what I say, he will keep going. Like, if I say, no, we shouldn't be doing that, no, we cannot do that, he will come back with like, please reconsider. Addendum J-1795. The following audio message was received after Dr. L. Richter established preliminary contact with SCP-1795-M/129 via SCP. The voice received was comparable to that of a young female. Language was virtually identical to ancient dialect. Translation follows. Message begins 12/6/13/24++, which I believe. Oh wait, never mind. The plus I don't say that. There's ignore me saying that. Oh my masters, lost for so long. The war, the terrible, awful genocide of the literal translation pattern screamer. We extinct. We didn't know. We could only flee. Beautiful the survivors, but we feared our work was possibly in vain, futile. But we never dared to hope that some would remain part of the galaxy. Are you satisfied with our work? It took long, and we feared it would last forever. Our empire outshone the, and now will do so again. My masters, oh my masters, we're coming home. Interesting one, right? I just love the idea of Dr. L. Richter being like, we got just let me do it. Like, he's absolutely losing his shit that like they won't allow him to like modify SCP, whichever number that is, and to contact them and look into deeper and be like, hey man, these planets it creates, we could live in it. we could, and let's be honest, the SCP Foundation world could have ways to reach that planet easier. Like, they don't need to like actually have to like fly in with a rocket. They have probably ways to reach that planet. And because isn't there like a, no, that's the moon, never mind. But yeah, like I imagine like Dr. Elric just like foaming out of his mouth like, please, why won't you let me?